Attorney for the District of Maryland. I'm joined by the team from my office as well as the FBI and the IRS. You're going to be hearing from Assistant Special Agent in Charge Alfred Watson with the FBI, as well as George Murphy with the IRS after my remarks. Happy to take questions as well. This morning was a sad occasion. Holding public office is a rare privilege and an opportunity to serve the community and get things done that help our community. And unfortunately, the type of fraud and public corruption that Ms. Pugh committed and was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison for today undermines everyone's faith in government and what government can do for the people. And this is a tragedy, and it's the last thing that our city needs, especially during the difficult circumstances that we face together. Ms. Pugh's lawyer made a number of remarks, including asking where the victims were in the courtroom today. And he focused on corporate entities like UMMS. But what he didn't acknowledge was that the victims in a case like this that involve a severe betrayal of the public trust over a course of years has a lot of victims. And those victims are all of us, the people in the city of Baltimore, the taxpayers who expect, and they should expect, and they should demand integrity on the part of the officials whom they put in office and expect to serve them and put the city's interests above their own. This was a complicated investigation that took real diligence and hard work to unravel. And for that, I'm very grateful to the team at the IRS and the FBI and the gifted staff and prosecutors in my office who made this possible. At this time, you'll hear from Alfred Watson with the FBI.
My name is Alfred Watson. With Assistant Special Agent in Charge with the FBI Baltimore Field Office. This investigation was more than just about the Healthy Holly books. This investigation was about a story of greed, a story of lying, a story of deceit. Simply put, this defendant attempted to scam the city and the taxpayers, and that's never acceptable under any circumstances. This story was also about the fraud that she committed by lying to the taxpayers, by trying to conceal her actions, and the sentence today represents the seriousness of which we take that. I want to thank the special agents of the FBI. I want to thank the special agents of the IRS CID. I also want to thank the forensic accountant and all others who assisted in this matter. Their tireless efforts I saw firsthand. I know that the city should have hope that the commitment that we have to cracking down on corruption, no matter who does it, no matter where it is, no matter how complicated the case, that we are committed to that because the city should expect it, the city deserves it. Thank you.
Mr. Murphy?
Good afternoon. I'm George Murphy. I'm Assistant Special Agent in Charge with IRS Criminal Investigation. Rather than support the City of Baltimore, which she was elected, former Mayor Catherine Pugh chose a path of greed and corruption. She conspired with others to defraud the United States government and betrayed the people which elected her to office. Today, Catherine Pugh was handed the consequences of her actions. Public officials must abide by the laws. This should serve as a reminder to the public that everyone must pay their taxes. Today, IRS criminal investigation will continue to play an essential role in public corruption as our expertise is following the money. Today, I proudly stand with our law enforcement partners, applaud their efforts, and know that we will continue to follow these types of corruption and criminal investigations. Thank you.
Happy to take your questions at this time.
Was the University of Maryland legal system, any of its executives, ever the focus of any part of this federal investigation?
Yeah, I'm not in a position to be able to answer that question at this time, Jane, but rest assured that when federal agents undertake investigations of this type, They're extraordinarily thorough, and the public should be assured that when we come across evidence of wrongdoing, we will follow the facts wherever it will lead, no matter where it leads, without fear or favor.
Does this mark the end of this case?
Yeah, I can't comment on that right now, Jane, but again, I want to assure the public that we are always on the lookout for information of wrongdoing, particularly public corruption and fraud. And if you are in possession of such information, I encourage you to reach out to the federal authorities, including the FBI and the IRS, and you can be sure that we're going to continue to do what we are committed to do, which is to ensure public integrity.
Is that being said by this actual sentence? Obviously, you asked for more time. We've only got 3 years. What's the message?
Yeah. Well, as you say, the former Mayor Pugh was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison, and it is correct that my office asked for a longer term of years. I have enormous respect for Judge Chasnow, and hers is a difficult task. She had to weigh every single factor that came into play here, and I'm confident that she considered everything that she needed to do under the law. So I stand by my office's recommendation, but a moment ago you characterized the sentence as just 3 years in federal prison. I do not view it that way. That is a sentence within the advisory guidelines range, and it should serve as a strong message, and I hope a deterrent to anyone in public life who is thinking about using their public office for personal gain and allowing greed to overcome their sworn duty to serve the interests of the public. This was not a light sentence in my view, and it should not be regarded as such. Again, I have enormous respect for Judge Chasnow. She is a very careful, thoughtful, and diligent jurist, and it's clear that she put a lot of thought into this matter. We did ask for a longer term of years. We believe that that was a just sentence in this case. But again, I believe that this sentence does accomplish one of the means of sentencing, or the purposes of sentencing, which is this is a serious offense. Judge Chasnow said it very eloquently in the courtroom that these were serious offenses that occurred over the course of years and did serious damage to the public trust.
Prosecutors actually report that there was an attempt to fix the election. Do you think that the election was legitimate and she deserves to win, or do you think it undermines the outcome?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment or answer that question at this time. The comments of my team in the courtroom during the sentencing hearing stand for themselves.
Could you speak to her reputation played into some race?
Yeah. Well, the point that my prosecutors made during the sentencing hearing, and that Judge Chasnow agreed with, was that it's very true that Ms. Pugh spent and dedicated a significant part of her career to doing good things for the community and making life better for our citizens. But in the end, during the last 7 years of her career, and that was a span of the crimes that she committed in this case, the reputation that she had for responsibility and commitment to the welfare of all citizens actually enabled her to commit the crimes and to continue committing the crimes and to convince people to go along with and to become essentially victims and go along with the crimes that she was committing over a period of years.
How would you describe the role of J.D. Durant in this case?
Yeah. Well, the facts speak for themselves, and I'm not going to go beyond what is stated in the statement of facts and was allocated today during the sentencing hearing. He did provide some funds, and beyond that, I'm not going to comment at this time. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to clarify it at this time. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Catherine Pugh again sentenced to 3 years in federal prison. We just heard from U.S. Attorney Robert Hur, who called that sentence not a light sentence. He said that it matches the crime, that it is a reminder to people serving in public office not to be carried away with greed, lying, deceit.
Right.